EPLCH.
Hello! How's everybody doing? Come on! Come on! This fucking phone charger is broken. Oh well. We fall! What's up, boys and girls? How the fuck are we doing? Let's get the chat open. Let's start saying hi.
EPLCH.
What? What the fuck was that? EPICH. Oh.
EPLCH.
Get it? Get it? Because women can't spell because they're stupid? But that's my boy Mickey's Bickies with the $2 super chat. Oh yeah. So before we go any further, something that I think I need to address. I know
Lethal Coon, when are we dropping at Tilted Tower so last toxic male can shoot some loads into your ass?
Fucking what? What the hell does that have to do with Tilted Towers? Oh, right, the Goon. The Goon. Yes, we will talk about that. God damn, Misato. Oh. Oh. Anyway. Thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Thank you, Mickey's Bickies. Thank you, Last Toxic Male. Thank you, everyone, for being here. But really quickly, just something. This fucking phone charger. Just something that I gotta quickly just address to everybody. And I'm gonna take a swig of coffee for this one. Oh yeah, that's good for the fucking cock. So we all know that our boy, John Graham, of House John Graham, is currently on a break. And that has left a power vacuum. Which means, I'm John Graham now. You goon to me now, motherfuckers. Woo! Alright, so. Oh yeah. Welcome back, boys and girls. We got a fair bit to fucking talk about today. I'm going to go off on Obsidian Entertainment. Chris Avalone came out and provided some context, and I am shitty with Obsidian Entertainment. If you guys watched the last couple episodes of Gronkin, you know I'm not fucking liking them. I saw Evil Dead Burn, and I want to talk about Evil Dead Burn a little bit. So maybe we'll do that either at the start or towards the end of the stream. Fortnite's embracing the Goon. I got a full fucking list. I got a document. You guys might not believe this, right? But I did a little thing called stream prep. I've got a fucking document to go through. So, with all that said, thank you very much for being here, boys and girls. Appreciate you all. If you have not already, hit that thumbs up button. We are also live on Kick, so if you prefer to watch over on Kick, well, we're over there too. Thank you very much. Now, let's get the chat open. Actually, before we do that, let's turn the music down. And let's get the chat open. Where's my fucking... You know what? Just shut up! How does that sound, motherfucker? Okay, let me bring this over here. And put you over there. And just to make it easier for myself.
Hey, turds. Rawls.
I feel shit.
Huh? I missed that one. One more time. Fucking what? How do you guys come up with this shit? Alright, well, while that's coming through, put this over here. Hey, we are one-man operation.
Rawls.
I feel shit.
So DSP eats turds and Mozza eats shit. What's the difference? Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Okay. Alright. We are one-man operation here. So, bear with me while I get my shit set up. Okay. Gravy D says Evil Dead burns when cream peas. That's a wild statement. We got my boy Boba Fett, Lethal Lawton, oh yeah. Lethal Talks all up in the big 2026. Welcome to episode 2 of the reboot. Fuck a Lethal Talk. Where's Lethal blowing LTM? Present like clitoris, you little bitch, boy, thingy majiggy. Mickey's Becky's, it's Lethal Lightning. Nah, it's Riffle. That's me when I'm weaving out. Riffle. Abomination, hello. How are we doing? Lethal is the new John. He's the substitute. Yes. You goon to me now. You goon to me. Lethal have never had macadamia nut cookies. Fuck you. I've had more macadamia than you ever have in your entire life, bitch boy. I'll fucking take a mount of you in public locations. He's got the document. Daily reminder that Mad Max Fury Road got praised but ultimately killed the franchise. Been saying it for years. They hated me because I told the truth. If Mad Max Fury Road was so fucking good, then why is the franchise dead? Because the movie was dog shit. It always was dog shit. Mad Max Fury Road is damn near the perfect example of when you take something that does not belong in Hollywood and you put it in Hollywood. It's not compatible. It does not link. It's like two magnets that are attracted to each other. It's just resisting each other constantly. But it was praised and forgotten. Mad Max Fury Road, I think genuinely might be the first time I saw a movie where I was like, wait, because I never saw Ghostbusters 2016, alright? Where I was like, wait a minute. Did you just take the main character and swap it with a woman? Is that all you fucking did here? Is Mad Max a sidekick in his own movie? The movie should have just been called Mad Michelle, and they should have cast Michelle Rodriguez. I've seen a lot of people call it Lara Back Again, which I also find a funny title for that movie. Right. That movie was fucking terrible. Absolutely fucking abysmally bad. It got praised, and I don't know why. Oh, but it looked good. Disney Star Wars visually looks good. Are we going to say that's good now? Fucking hell, that movie was so fucking dog shit, man. It's the truth, but if you say it out loud, you will get hated for it. Okay. Alright, well, what's the first thing on the list we want to fucking yap about? Lethal, would you smash Yora 2P? I'd fucking demolish it. Let's just start with Obsidian, okay? Let's just start with Obsidian. Let me go ahead and get all my fucking links over here, right? Because I came fucking prepared. I straight up came prepared for today with these motherfuckers. Oh, man. So, where's my other one here? Oh. Right there. Okay. Let us... Oh, do I even have it set up properly? Let's find out. Do I even have it set up properly? Yep. I got it set up properly. Okay. Fuck me, man. Right, so this part here I have already talked about on a Gronkin stream, but I kind of want to go through it again just to set the tone. So, Obsidian director is slamming misinformation from folks running their mouths. Ooh, that's a big claim. He's trying to do like a WWE promo. You stupid son of a bitch out there running your mouth. I come down there and I give you a stone cold stunner. Well, how about we give him a fucking stone cold stunner with some facts here. So, for those of you that are a bit confused as to what he's yapping about, during this whole crazy Xbox restructuring, bloodbath, fucking crusade, whatever you want to call it, in one day, 1,600 people lost their jobs, and we know by the end of fiscal year 2027 that number will have doubled to 3,200 people. And just to quickly reiterate, unfortunately, that's just the reality of the situation. We are in an industry, a gaming industry, that is beyond bloated to the point where there's just so much that you have to get rid of. Now, we can sit here and talk about, does everyone deserve it? And we break them down individually. Of course, some people do not deserve it, but unfortunately, the reality is, most of these people never should have had jobs to begin with. These are jobs that never should have existed in the first place, right? Thank you very much for Super Chat. We will get to that. How you doing, Static? A lot of these jobs never should have existed in the first place. Now, of course, we had Big Phil Spencer, or Phil Spender. The streets are calling him Phil Spender now. Get it? Get it? That's some 400 IQ comedy. Probably goes over your heads, chat. Don't worry, I'm smart for you. He spent stupid, retarded amounts of money. And of course, we had the COVID bubble as well, and it's all burst. It's all burst. But while all this was going on, a lot of these studios were effectively putting out dog shit games that were not selling. Of course, there was some hidden gems throughout all that. But we're at a stage where regardless, there's so much bloat, fat has to be cut, and here we are. And this has led to Asher coming out and saying part of that big psycho memo, which she made public, and which I respect her for making that public for the sake of transparency. And she's like, hey, we have to go back to focusing on major IPs. Now, I'm someone that likes a little bit of artsy-fartsy shit. Okay. I'm someone that likes a little bit of artsy-fartsy shit throughout the mix. I have no idea what the fuck just happened to this website, right? I'll refresh that. Well, I'm going to fix that while I'm yapping. But the issue is with all this artsy-fartsy shit, it's more of an experiment, okay? An experiment. It's not something that can always print out money. It would be good if, like, the good shit could always print out money, but that's just not fucking reality, right? So they have to go back to their major IPs, and one of these big ones is Fallout. Of course, there's Elder Scrolls as well, but that's entirely on Bethesda, okay? With the Fallout franchise, the last game we got was Fallout 76. And it's still being updated, and they're still pumping out dog shit, trash tier fucking updates. It's fishing updates. Oh, you can go fishing in Fallout 76 now. Oh, we are so fucking back. Thank you. Thank you, Bethesda. Fuck knows when Fallout 5 is coming. We still have to get Elder Scrolls 6, which was, announced like 6 years ago or some fucking shit. This is just ridiculous. Ridiculous at this stage. Ah, man. Now, that brings us to Obsidian. Obsidian was one of the ones that got caught up in this whole situation with not so much layoffs. Well, they did get some layoffs, but also being forced to focus on major IPs. Avowed was fucking terrible. That game was terrible. I don't see defending how people can possibly defend that game, okay? The other ones was, of course, Outer Worlds 2. Outer Worlds 2 was even more of a catastrophe than Avowed. At least Avowed had some level of intrigue. Let's just call it that. Some level of intrigue, right? But now they've been told, hey, you got to go make another fucking Fallout. You have to do that, okay? Which is interesting considering, they obviously did New Vegas. And New Vegas, in my opinion, is the best Fallout ever made. Despite its, oh gosh, how many game-breaking bugs? The fact that it just blows up when you turn it on sometimes. Now that's led to Obsidian's director coming out and talking trash. So let's go through and see the trash that he's talking over here. I've had to swap to just fucking IGN because the other website's just completely broken. I don't know why. Now, I'm not going to bother reading all of this because it kind of just recaps what I was already yapping, and you should listen to my yap instead of their yap. So let's go to this. The developer responsible for directing Outer Worlds 2, as well as new unannounced project, made his feelings about the conversation surrounding Obsidian clear in a LinkedIn post. Noting that it's been, now this is where the quote begins, an extremely difficult week for the team. He spent time bidding farewell to those that were let go before addressing those who have been coming out of the woodwork to talk about what the studio is or isn't. He's talking about people like me at this stage, alright? Another difficult aspect is having to see a bunch of cold take artists coming out of the woodwork to talk about what Obsidian is or what it isn't. The number of times I've seen people with no understanding, I'm going to take my headphones off for this one, The amount of times I've seen people with no understanding of who has worked on previous games or what they contributed talk about how Obsidian isn't who they used to be is staggering. Most of the time they are just wrong, but spreading an enormous amount of misinformation. And we are going to come back to that part there, that misinformation part, because Chris Avalone, he came out and he clarified things a little bit. But where I take major issue with this is this part here. Obsidian isn't who they used to be is staggering. Why are we not allowed to say, hey, remember the guys that made Fallout New Vegas? Remember the guys that made Knights of the Old Republic 2? The Sith Lords? Remember that studio? What happened to them? They used to be really cool and make really cool shit. What happened to them? Well, you can't make that comparison because that was us 20 years ago. We used to be good 20 years ago, but now we're fucking dog shit. And now we make Outer Worlds 2 and Avowed. You shouldn't be making that comparison. What do you mean? Look at this picture over here. You know, we got the Odyssey. It's happening over there. Now, there's a lot of... Say what you will, you know, I have my opinions. I'm sure you guys all have yours. But Christopher Nolan has a large fucking fan base. Alright? I don't know how he got such a large fan base, considering you can't hear his fucking movies. But he has a large fan base. Are you telling me that people should not look at the Odyssey and go, what happened to the director that made Inception? That type of stuff. We can't make comparisons anymore. We are making in the case of Obsidian, we're not going out and saying, oh, you guys are Larian or you guys are From Software. No, we are comparing Obsidian Entertainment to Obsidian Entertainment. And there's clearly been a big fucking drop off there. Clearly. From Knights of the Old Republic 2, Neverwinter Nights 2, Fallout New Vegas to Outer Worlds 2 and Avowed. That is a catastrophe. And if you are upset that people are making those comparisons, well, that tells us that this studio is fucked. Fundamentally fucked. Of course, I will put the asterisk there. The fact that they have Josh Sawyer coming back to work on the new Fallout game, definitely does get my attention, okay? Without him, I probably wouldn't be so, let's just say cautiously optimistic, okay? Right, so this goes on to talk about the other stuff that I was already talking about, and again, my yap is better than their yap. You should just focus on me. I am the one that you goon to. Right, now, it gets even better though. So amid the uncertainty across Xbox, Adler, who is the director here, right, is fighting back against those misrepresenting the talent at Obsidian has been gathering over the years. He said that in many cases, the people in lead or director roles are the same people that worked on games in Outer Worlds, Pillars of Eternity, and New Vegas. Like literally the same people. Though the line from KOTOR 2 to our current games is pretty clear. Is Obsidian the same as it was 20 years ago? No, of course not. Nothing stays the same. We're not asking you to stay the same. We're pointing out that there's been a drastic drop in quality over the 20 years, okay? But the DNA at Obsidian is the same and it always was. I want you all in the chat to go play New Vegas and then go play Avowed and tell me it's the same DNA. It probably, you know what? I think the better way to word this is it was the same DNA, but it's inbred. It's been fucking their own sister. And down the line, we got modern day Obsidian. It's technically the same DNA, but it's all twisted and corrupted. I'm extremely proud of our history, and I'm also excited for those who have... Sorry, I'm going to try that again. I'm extremely proud of our history, and I'm also excited for who we have become. So, you are proud. See, this is where this whole statement becomes bizarre to me, okay? Is Obsidian the same as it was 20 years ago? No, of course not. And then he goes on to talk about KOTOR, New Vegas, and Neverwinter Nights 2. I am also excited for who we've become. So you are excited from the fact that you went from doing these games here, KOTOR, New Vegas, and Neverwinter Nights 2, to being excited from doing Avowed, Outer Worlds 2. Fuck knows what you're doing with Grounded. That's what you're excited about? And yet throughout this, at no stage do you mention what you're doing with your new Fallout game. At no stage do you mention the fact that you have Josh Sawyer back. But we can't criticize them, right? Because that was 20 years ago. That's fucking wild to me. Now, he signed off asking readers to remember that people spouting off about Obsidian, running their mouths about who we are now versus what we were then, are individuals who have zero insight to how a game is made or contributed to our previous games. True, I did not contribute to any of your previous games, Adler. I didn't. I did play them quite a lot. And I can tell you from first-hand experience that there is a big drop off. But now, this is where it gets even better, boys and girls. So that's just the catch up. That's called setting up context. Chris Avallone. Oh boy. I like this comment here. Surely all of our customers are wrong. Yeah, it's like the Principal Skinner meme. Am I so out of touch? No, it's them. It's them. Chris Avallone. Oh yeah, the big dog himself. Because this keeps getting mentioned and companies aren't fair in some instances, here's a list of New Vegas development team and if they still work at Obsidian. Yes and no. Pretty simple, right? Pretty simple. Note that Tim Cade and Lennon Boyski, two of the three founders of Fallout, are also there, last I heard. So that's a strong plus. Excuse me. That's a 2 strong plus. Even if they didn't work on New Vegas, both worked on Outer Worlds 1 and Outer Worlds 2. So here we just have it all broken down here, okay? Now, I know no one can fucking read this because it's so small. But what have I told you? What have I told you that I did a little thing called stream prep? How many of the credited developers are still at Obsidian? Unique developers examined, 73. So of this list here, we have 73. Okay? Still at Obsidian, 16. No longer at Obsidian, 57. So let's go back to this. Running their mouths about how studio has changed. I'm no mathematician here, and I sure as shit ain't the world's greatest detective. But there's the numbers. So still working at Obsidian, we'll just call it 22%. No longer at Obsidian, 78%. So only again, we'll just round it up. I'll be fair on Adler here. Only 22% of the identified New Vegas development team remains at Obsidian. Approximately one person in every 4.6. So conversely, 78% or nearly 4/5 of the team have left over the roughly 16 years since the game was produced. But we can't make comparisons. Alright, now, important qualifications. Avallone, or actually let me go through all this. This does not mean that Obsidian only has 16 developers. It means that 16 people from the specific 73 people from New Vegas are still employed, okay? Any new Obsidian Fallout project would therefore be created mainly by a different team, although several important veterans remain in key roles. Now, the big one would be Josh Sawyer, obviously, okay? So Avallone removed repeat credit appearances rather than counting the same person multiple times. Fair enough. Bethesda personnel, administrative staff, and additional Bethesda writers were excluded. Fair enough, because we're focusing purely on Obsidian here. George Zeist was counted as a no because he works at Digimancy, even though he's reportedly involved with the Avowed 2 pitch. And yes, apparently they still want to do Avowed 2. Oh, fucking hell, Obsidian. Imagine this. Alright, homies. We can, A, do a follow-up to a game that pretty much cemented us as a lot of people's favorite studios, and also the favorite entry in a very popular franchise, that being Fallout and Fallout New Vegas. Or B, we can try to do a sequel to a game that at best, had a mixed response. By the way, we are all losing our jobs because the industry bubble has burst, and we've been told that the best thing we can do is count on more surefire hits to get some revenue coming in. What do we want to do? Maybe we do both. But But by the way, don't compare them to who they used to be 20 years ago. Alright, so Tim Kaine and Leonard... I can't pronounce this dude's name. Tim Kaine and Leonard Boyarsky strengthened Obsidian's Fallout experience, but neither worked on New Vegas, so they're not included among the 16. Yes, but Tim Kaine obviously is like co-creator of this shit. Avalone said a few names could only be fully verified, meaning the figure may be revised slightly. So yeah, we just went through, and this is where I got it all from. Yeah. But remember, we can't compare them to who they used to be 20 years ago. We just can't do it. We're just not going to do it. We just can't compare it. We're just not going to do it. We're just not going to do it. I'm going to now put it to you boys and girls in the chat. Is this dude off his fucking rocker? Is Adler from Obsidian insane? Is he on the copium? Is he getting all up in that copium? Is he just shooting it straight into his veins? Or is this what we call projection and an outburst? This place is fucked. But I will still say I have an asterisk next to the idea of an Obsidian Fallout with Josh Sawyer at the helm. That still intrigues me. That does still intrigue me. Now, let me catch up with the chat and see what you motherfuckers have to say on this. And then we'll go on to the next topic. Yes, I'm prepped, motherfuckers. I be doing prep streams and shit.
I will destroy Gravy. D and Trey Courtney in the first ever Mara on a pole triple threat match, then knock out Elliot Zipper Tits' Page in a cage.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think you're easily gonna slam that one, man. Easily gonna slam that one. Remember when John Graham doesn't know who Skywalk was? Yeah, we should bully him for that. Where are we up to? Playing with McKill says... You know what? Let me just pop out the chat here. That way I can read it a little bit better over here. And we can just go to full screen, baby. There we go. Still, let's put some music on. Oh, yeah. Still working on my Uncharted video where I talk about simping for Sully isn't technically gay. Intriguing. We are comparing Lethal Lightning to mildly dangerous lightning. Agreed. A Fallout game that works would be amazing. Even just like a New Vegas remaster. Imagine like if this new game they're doing isn't even a new Fallout. It's just Vegas remastered. They go, what did you work on? It doesn't break all the time. They go, alright, okay, that's all we want. That's all we want. We all know the mods are going to carry it as well. Oh yeah, that movie looks boring. Odyssey, can't say I have any interest in seeing it. I had a friend that was intrigued, and then I showed him the trailer, and he was like, well, what the fuck is this? We went and saw Evil Dead Burn. They're Tasmanian. Yeah, they're all just integrated with each other. It's some weird sexual intercourse amongst family members over there. Surely all of our customers are on. Yep. I just hope he doesn't end up like Joseph Staten with Halo Infinite. Oof. Ouch. He did get done dirty. And I mean, like, there's been so many times where someone who was directly heavily involved from something that was previously been established as being good, where they've come through and they've tried to do something new, and for whatever reason, it's just fallen through. Mark Rubin. Oh, shit. None of these companies care about the legacy of single-player games they made. They just see online money and forget about past prestige. Which is pretty ironic, isn't it? I mean, purely because you use the word prestige, my mind immediately goes to Call of Duty, where it's like, oh man, we're doing all this crazy shit with multiplayer, but we're gonna make a dog shit story. It's so difficult trying to explain. Like, I know you're specifically talking about single player only games, but it's so difficult trying to talk to like the new gen of like COD players, where you go, hey man, back in my day the campaign sold the multiplayer. You know, like the original Modern Warfare trilogy, you go, it's just a Michael Bay story on steroids, but it's kind of cool. And you go, what about the Black Ops games? You go, oh, that was like a government conspiracy, Soviet infiltration mindfuck. That doesn't sound like a video game. Well, it was, and it was wild, man. But in the case of Obsidian, I don't know what the fuck they're thinking. I don't know what the fuck they're thinking, man. I guess Grounded is technically multiplayer, but Grounded is not bringing in bank. All they've really got is single player. So you think they'd want to go hard on trying to get that shit right. And like, Avowed comes from Pillars of Eternity. So, fuck knows, man. It's so bizarre. I guess that's why, well, one of the reasons why a lot of people will say that Larian and FromSoft are like the big ones. Right? Because obviously, like, you know, I know the Souls genre is just, oh god, it's just spread too far now. There's just too much of it. But when they make a game, you know there's going to be a level of quality. You're guaranteed a level of quality with it. Whether you like it or not, you're guaranteed a level of quality. Same with Larian. You're guaranteed a certain level of it's gonna fucking do what it's selling it as. Which I guess is a fucking positive, man. That's some AI enhanced magic. Yeah, he posted an image that was like that fucking big when I zoomed in. Might be counterintuitive, but the video game industry isn't on the same track as Hollywood. They don't need to look at IPs as regularly. People want to play the 4th or 5th game in the series. And that's kind of what Asher's... I can't say her name. Asher Sharma. Asher's point was with this. She was like, we got to focus... Because remember, she said we are losing 64 cents on the dollar here. We can't keep doing this bullshit. We can't put out a fucking South of Midnight or whatever that game was called. We can't do that. No one knows, you know, it's a brand new thing and it doesn't even look that good. We can't do that. But, despite all of Bethesda's problems, and my god, there's numerous, we all know an Elder Scrolls 6 will pop. So maybe we should focus on that. And then, again, like Fallout, you go, we don't give a fuck about your Avowed shit. People, the streets are calling for a new Fallout. So I do agree. You know, there's obviously like rare examples. Ghost of Tsushima, that popped enough to get a sequel. I can't say I haven't played Ghost of Yodi. I don't have a PlayStation. But from what I've seen, it did pretty well. Despite what people, you know, despite what retards like Smash JT are trying to tell you that it didn't do well. It did well enough at least, so that will probably get a sequel to that, you know, and the other one would be Stellar Blade. That sold well enough to get sequels and shit as well. Lies of P. So there is examples, but I would agree, genuinely, why the fuck do you think we're getting the 7th Modern Warfare game this year? We're up to Black Ops 7 as well. People do just want sequels. Right? Especially because a lot of the new IPs have been shit. I mean, the other thing as well is a lot of these sequels are from games that haven't had games in however long. I mean, like I said, Elder Scrolls 6 was announced like 6 years ago. Elder Scrolls 5 came out in 2011. Oh, but what about ESO, Elder Scrolls Online? Most people don't want an... The idea of playing Elder Scrolls in co-op, that is intriguing, absolutely. But majority of the people want that dedicated Elder Scrolls story where I play as some fucking retard that starts captured like in every fucking game and then goes on to basically become God. Same with Fallout. I don't want some bullshit fucking empty ass world that literally launched without talking NPCs. Go, no, I want a dedicated game that is built around a specific area in a specific timeline, in the lore, in the story, that's got something to say and something where I can actually play as. I would much rather take a fleshed out area, a smaller fleshed out area, over an ocean, like what is it? Wide as an ocean, deep as a puddle. I would prefer the opposite. Wide as a puddle, deep as an ocean. Give me a new Fallout game with a dedicated player or a dedicated character that's focused on a specific area at a specific time. Go, oh, well, this one's 300 years after the bombs dropped. Okay, let's see how society has progressed. Let's see what's going on with the NCR. What's happening with the Brotherhood of Steel at this stage in the timeline? Let's do that. Or we can put out water park updates in Fallout 76. Now that's kind of like a side tangent. I completely agree with Chris Avallone and everyone else when he said Fallout's becoming more of a theme park. So let me just adjust that. More of a post-apocalyptic theme park. That's stupid. I hate how they're doing that shit. Where are we up to? Just keep the cost down and more scheduled releases so you aren't waiting 15 years for a Final Fantasy remake. Oh, my brother in Christ. That's... Yes. Yes. Yes, yes. So much yes, man. Yeah. Gears of War E-Day. I'll take the L on that. I honestly thought Gears of War E-Day was going to be shit. But when they showed off that gameplay, I'm like, oh, fuck me. Okay, I was wrong. Right? But that game is reportedly cost $400 million to make. $400 million. Remember on Growing Thing we went through the numbers where the highest selling Gears of War was Gears of War 2. And it did not have a budget nearly as close as $400 million, including inflation. Including inflation. It didn't even come close to that. I think we all know that Gears of War E-Day is not going to sell as much as Gears 2. Maybe over time. Maybe. If the game's good over time. But $400 million to recoup? Oh, bro. That's bad. And my big concern with that is... It's hard to say because everything's so fucky at the moment. My biggest concern with that is that they're going to look at that $400 million budget. They're going to see the money that the game makes or doesn't make. And then say, ah, well, maybe we should just go back to Gears 5. Type of shit. I have zero hope for current Obsidian put out anything interesting. I think New Vegas only worked because it was out of the way. It was out of the way and had a really hard deadline. Fair. Limitations breed creativity. The greatest broken game, the greatest unfinished broken game of all time. Halo 2. There you go. Alright. Let's go on to the next topic, boys and girls. So we're gonna pause you. By the way, thank you for being here, everybody. If you have not already, hit that thumbs up button. We grinding out these. Oh, I want to talk about this. This is fucking wild. Oh, I hate the way all the chats disappear when I open new tabs. Pretty annoying. Pretty annoying. Okay. Alright. Did you guys see this? This is fucking nuts, man. It's gonna be a hot bat summer from Fortnite here. Look, let me open this image. This is Fortnite. We are embracing the Goon. Marvel Rivals effect. In full effect. Gotham City sirens. Look, we got straight up underboob. Enhance. Computer, enhance. Look at that. We got straight up underboob in Fortnite. Oh, jeez. That is wild, isn't it, man? Shit, even Batman over there's got his fucking shirt off. I like this comment from Lord Bover. Fortnite numbers dipped bad for one financial year and they immediately stick drift turned into the Goon. Embrace the Goon, right? Now, Fortnite players will screech when you say this, but I'm going to say it because it's true. This game lost so many of its fucking player base that they came out with no build. No build is what saved Fortnite. When they brought out no build, the player numbers went back up, okay? And, you know, it has its peaks and valleys, but let's be honest, a Fortnite valley is better than most games' peaks, even though I fucking hate Fortnite, right? But this game has lost so many of its players and so many of its popular streamers as well. Now, I know that's gay to fucking say, but it's true. Fortnite is integrated heavily into stream culture, okay? And it's lost so many of those people, and a lot of them went to Marvel Rivals. Now, Marvel Rivals has had a really big update. Marvel Rivals is effectively on its 2.0 at the moment, okay, with Season 9, adding Jubilee and all that, man. Holy shit, look at Epic Games, just girly things. And I see Lord Bofus in the chat, and he is spot on, man. They see a dip in the player numbers and immediately just go, Goon, get the titties out. Get the titties out, man. This is nuts. Now, you guys know me. I am very far from a prude. Isn't this a kid's game? I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit, man. By all means, man. Let the goon flow. But are they really that down bad? Hello, lovely Sherry. Hello, Lindsay. How we doing? Good to see you all. Good to see all of you. Appreciate you all being here. This is wild, right? This is fucking wild. It's like, what else are they gonna do? Are they gonna go back and like, what have they done? Are you gonna redo Katana's skin and like Chun-Li's skin and shit like that? That's fucking wild. Hey man, fuck it. Hey, hear me out. Hear me out. You want to get 1 billion players? This is you guys can clip this. If you at Epic Games want to get 1 billion with a B concurrent players on Fortnite, you go into your alien skins and you rework Ellen Ripley to have her outfit at the end of the movie, which is basically in her underwear. But hold on to your pussies for this one, chat. You give her carpet. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. That's a cultural reset moment right there. They didn't put Supergirl in the promo. I understand where you're going, but I'll play devil's advocate. Bat. Specifically about Bat. They bet on Blitz bringing in the COD audience with its fast play, but it hasn't done as good as they had hoped. I mean, they had to lay off 1,000 employees. True. You know what I'd like to do? Excuse me. You know what I'd like them to not do? Completely change the UI every season. I hate cross-promotion, but it seems like the right time to make a DC crossover based on her. Yeah, you would think so. You'd think there'd be some type of marketing behind that, right? You'd think they would go more in on that. But hey, man. Maybe they had to rework her skin. They're like, oh shit, the movie's flopping. We got to get more Goon. Hey, embrace it, Fortnite. Fuck it. At this stage, go for it. What I'm bizarrely like curious about is, do you guys remember start of the year? There was a rumor going on that there was going to be a Marvel Rivals type game, but DC, like a DC Rivals. They kind of beat him to it. Power Girl would sell off the charts. Oh. Yeah, look at this. See? Imagine if they went back and did this. Oh shit, embrace the Goon, baby. Let it flow. What's this? Permanently bricked Beyond hard. Oh, shit. Oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah, we got Catwoman booty. There's a lot going on here, man. Fortnite embraces the Goon. Now, the big question, is this just going to be a one-off? Or are they actually embracing the Goon? Now, the real question is you can only pick one. Who would you take? Catwoman. You know what? Let's go better. Fuck, marry, kill. Fuck, marry, kill. That is a tough question. But I think I have the answer. Now, either way, you're getting screwed over here because they're all fucking terrible human beings that will do some fucked up shit. I would fuck Harley, marry Catwoman, kill Ivy. Oh, but Green Pussy would go hard. Dan's on my side. Oh, jeez, man. Lot to unpack. Lot to unpack. That's fucking crazy work. Crazy fucking work. Holy shit. Alright, what's next on my fucking list? We doc maxing. Oh, that's... Do you guys want to make fun of a retard? Here we go. Let me just get all my sources here. Yeah, guys, I'll be doing fucking stream preps and shit, man. Let me go ahead and get all my fucking sources here. Alrighty. This is a good one. Oop. Okay, so... I hate the way the fucking chat keeps disappearing. It's gayness. Not to mention Ivy is a redhead. Do the carpet match the drapes? Fuck Ivy, marry Harley, kill Catwoman. Oh shit, he's nuts. So, this comes from the biggest PS3 emulator, okay? 75% of all PlayStation 3 games are now playable on PC. RPCS3 continues to be improved with new features, fixes, optimizations, and bringing it ever closer to preserving the entire PS3 library. And now that Sony is fully committed to going all digital in the big 2028, this is more important than ever. I've said before, I'll say it again, I'm very pro piracy and I'm very pro emulation. Emulation, I believe emulation and piracy, unironically, are the two answers to preservation. And to see that 75% of all PS3 games, oh, that's good. Because we know that that's just going to keep going up and up and up until eventually it'll get to like a 99.9%. There's going to be something that's fucking broken along somewhere, right? So as far as I'm concerned, this is fantastic. I heard GTA 5 is close to emulation. Whew! That'll be crazy. But with all this, you always get corporate bootlickers. So this is the one that was popping off. I truly hope Sony pulls a Nintendo and starts cracking down on emulation and piracy. Listen, here's the thing about piracy and emulation. You can crack down on it all you want, but it's a hydra. It's a hydra. You cut off one, two more appear. You're never going to get rid of it. Just ask the porn industry. You're never going to get rid of re-uploads and emulation, whatever you want to fucking call it for whatever industry. You are never, ever going to get rid of it. And look at what's happening with Nintendo. Nintendo is a good example for this one. Nintendo makes it so difficult to get a bunch of their older games that if you wanted to play Pokemon Emerald, you got to go buy a physical copy for like $300 fucking dollars. And then they wonder why people turn to piracy. They wonder why people are emulating these games. That's why. That's why. Because and if Nintendo, just for example, if Nintendo made it easily available, if they just said, fuck it, we're just going to put out digital copies of Pokemon Emerald, like they did for Fire Red. Now, I did buy the Fire Red because I love it, and I'm a fucking idiot. Even though I think it's overpriced. it proved that people will buy it. Because it's so much more convenient to buy it than to fucking emulate, okay? So if Nintendo made it easier for people to get games they want to play, there wouldn't be so much piracy and there wouldn't be so much emulation. But no, they don't do that, so people have to go pirate and emulate. Now, it gets even better. Lethal Nintendo confirmed. You can tell by the way I dribble on myself. It's a good day when you piss off broke boys and thieves. If only there wasn't paper trails from court cases regarding such matters. If only this didn't happen in 2001. Sony Computer Entertainment America versus David Hoppenschleimer. Do you guys know what this is? Here's another one. End of PlayStation emulator Bleem. Here's another one. So, PlayStation tried... This is back in 2001. Here's a little history lesson for everyone. PlayStation tried to take Bleem to court and argue that emulation is effectively theft. They lost. They straight up lost on that one. All right. I think I have my notes over here from it on a separate thing here. Let me go ahead and open it, and then I'll read some of it out to you. Where the fuck is it? Sony legal battles. Okay. Sony took Bleem to court in an attempt to suppress a commercially sold PS1 emulator and failed to establish that the emulator itself was illegal. Bleem, with an exclamation mark, also successfully appealed Sony's injunction over using PlayStation screenshots in competitive advertising. Sony did not beat Bleem in court, but the relentless legal costs eventually helped drive the company out of business. So yeah, they basically charged him out of the game, right? But you already lost this battle, Sony. So this dude is what I would consider the raped. The raped. They can keep screeching into the fucking storm, but it's been proven over 20 years ago when Sony tried to take Bleem to court and then lost the case. Eventually Bleem did go out of money because Sony just kept hassling them. And now we have 75% of all PS3 games available on PC. Oh yeah, buddy. We be popping off and shit. Especially like some of those... Well, what did they say? They're going to be shutting down PS Vita stores as well, man. You're actively pushing people to emulation and piracy. I don't get how you can be so upset about people pirating and emulating when you are the ones pushing people to do it. Do you want to play Pokemon Emerald? Sure. Do you want to spend $300 to play Pokemon Emerald? No. So I'm just going to go fucking get it online. And honestly, I think that goes with movies and TV shows as well. I don't feel like I should have to get a dozen overcharged subscription services to watch the shows I want to watch. How about you make it more available? You go out of your way to make it more easily available for people, and you'll get more money that way. But I'm just fucking insane, right? I mean, what the fuck would I know? War on Drugs Video Game Edition. Comment of the day, my friend. Comment of the day. I'm pissed that Nintendo got rid of the Virtual Console and replaced it with their subscription-based Nintendo Arcade. Fair enough. My favorite. If buying isn't owning, emulation isn't theft. I couldn't afford to buy every SNES game I wanted as a kid. The majority of how I played them was through emulation. Same with NES, Game Boy, DS, Mega Drive, so on, so on. Spent years playing the older games. That's how I preserve them. I play for the memories. Or you can just get some hard drives. You can get some hard drives. And there you go, hey? Chuck them all on there, you know, and it's easy to fucking set up. I'm fucking stupid. I'm retarded. I have brain damage. If I can figure out how to do it, oh yeah, buddy. I'm sure anyone else can. But this is a good time to bring up this. Let me just go ahead and pull this bitch over here. Here we go. From Good Old Games. Download the offline installer of any games on GOG. Save it to a disk and it's yours forever. You don't need a storefront's permission to play what you bought. This is why people love GOG. This is why people love it, right? You don't have to put it on a disk. Put it on a hard drive, USB, whatever you fucking want. They have the best digital policies ever. Ahead of the game. Ahead of the game, right? What if you want a current game? Ubisoft. True. Now, a lot of newer games do take a while to go to GOG, which is true because GOG doesn't want games that have de novo DRM on them. So when something like God of War says, the game's been out long enough, we're going to remove de novo, then it goes to GOG. Dude, I played those games on a floppy disk. Yeah, you can put them on a floppy disk if they still fit. Sure. Good luck finding a fucking floppy disk. The SNES emulator was how I got to play Sailor Moon games. Oh, those games never got a US release. I did see there's actually like a fan-made game that's on, I think it's been made on itch.io. If I would have known you can get Silent Hill 1 in the PS Store, I would have gotten a PS3. There you go, eh? So many SNES games never got released outside Japan. Yeah. Yeah, like Sailor Moon, a lot of anime ones. They don't want more money. They want to prevent other people from profiting from it. But they would always. But ultimately, it's all about money at the end of the day. That's all it comes down to, and there's never enough. When is it enough? Never, ever. Like, look at Activision. Oh, fucking. Everything about me comes back to my hatred for Activision. Look at Activision. They are still selling Call of Duty games at full fucking price that came out 20 years ago. Let me see if I can... Steam... Call of Duty. Call of Duty franchise. Come on. Lists. What the fuck? Call of Duty. Call of Duty Black Ops 2. $100 US AUD. Call of Duty 2. $32. Call of Duty 3. $32. Black Ops. $64. Let's find some old ones. COD 4 from 2007. $32. $32. World at War. $32. Modern Warfare 3 from 2011. $64. They just keep fucking... Crazy. Crazy. Whew. Insane. Yeah. Alright. What is next on the list? Oh, man. Oh, speaking of animes, let's talk about Crunchyroll. Now, this also leads into me being pro-piracy. See, it all comes back. Don't worry, guys. Like, I've got this shit sorted. Let me get the chats back open. Did you guys see this? This is fucking nuts. Crunchyroll is putting its online store behind a monthly paywall. What the fuck? Okay. Oh, that's a pretty cool statue. I wouldn't mind buying that. Oh, first of all, you need a monthly subscription before you can go and buy something from the store. Imagine if you wanted to buy like just some milk or some shit, right? And you go to walk in the store and they go, "Do you have your monthly pass?" Okay. No, I do not, man. Alright. Where's this fucking bell here? Fuck off. Be gone. Crunchyroll fans. Why is there a bell there? Be gone. Well, either way, right? So Crunchyroll confirms subscriber-only store overhaul. In a news post titled "A Crunchyroll Store Members Experience is Coming Soon." This August, we are transitioning the Crunchyroll Store to a brand new shopping experience that will be available exclusively for Mega and Ultimate fans. So those are tiers on their subscription service. The new store captures the excitement of convention-exclusive merchandise, collectibles, and curated drops and limited-time products inspired by the anime series you love. That is out-fucking outrageous. Crunchyroll also confirms one final promotion before the new store goes live. But before the new experience launches, we're celebrating the summer sale with 50% off on select items. So basically, they're just... everything must go so that way we can start a new subscription service to sell you merchandise. Subscription merchandise. That's fucking insane. So, the move effectively puts Crunchyroll's online store behind a $14 subscription paywall. Remember what I was saying before about how you need like fucking 500 billion subscription services these days? Rather than simply buying the books, Blu-rays, figures, manga, or whatever merchandise you want, fans need to pay for a different membership just to access the store before spending money on the product themselves. If only there was other ways to buy things online. Now, this is wild ass fucking timing, right? Black Lagoon is being removed from Crunchyroll following its license expiring. This was just being celebrated for its 20th anniversary. Yeah, the Black Lagoon anime is 20 years fucking old. Huh, right? They were just celebrating the fact that, yeah, man, this anime is a cult classic. It's 20 years old now, and we're going to be removing it. And not only are we removing it, we're also going to be blocking fucking you from buying memorabilia unless you happen to sub to our new service. I wonder why people would look at this, and then go on Google and type in Black Lagoon anime, watch online, enter. I wonder why. Do I hit the Gendo pose now? I wonder why. I can't help but feel like we are actively being pushed towards being pro-piracy and emulation, and they have no one else to thank but themselves. Nuts, isn't it? Fucking nuts. I want my Revy booty. That sounds bizarre. Pay for the privilege to shop at our online portal. Yeah, it sounds like... it almost sounds like an episode of either Black Mirror or something like Mr. Bean. What the fuck? What? Oh, man. Yep, Black Lagoon available on Blu-ray. Suspicious times indeed. Why would they do this? See, imagine they're looking at everything that's being like... I don't know how they track, you know, what is and isn't being pirated, but we know that it can be tracked. So when we're seeing an upheap of Black Lagoon being pirated, they're going, why is this happening? We just had the 20th year anniversary. What's going on here? Yeah. It's fucking nuts, isn't it, man? Sorry. Was I not screen sharing that whole fucking time? I wasn't, was I? I fucked up. That's on me. Remember, one man show. I'm a retard. That's on me. I'll take the L. One man show. One man show, chat. One man show. Sponsored by you, the people. fucked that one up. I went to change scene to get ready for the next part. I'm like, I don't remember already flicking that over. Oops. Oh, fucking hell. Okay. Ooh. Oh, this is an interesting one. Cliff Blazinski. Petrol fumes got him. Yeah, they fucked me up. Let's go to Cliff Blazinski, hey? Ah. Alright. Okay, anyway. Oh, jeez. So Cliff Blazinski, creator of the Gears of War franchise, he just puts out this random tweet saying, hey, I signed and sent off a couple of Gears of War sleeves today. Always feels good. Remember, I'll sign stuff from anything I've worked on if you want. Just make sure to include return postage, envelopes, blah, 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 and has where to send them, okay? And he gets this reply. It's disappointing but not surprising that another one of my favorite gaming franchises has been injected with kosher-approved LGBTQ propaganda. I wonder why so many gay black lesbians in real life are thinking to themselves, hey, I need a character to represent me in Gears of War. Where were you for Gears of War 5? Where the fuck were you for that? Now, I know I've been over this before, but I'll quickly reiterate. I really thought Gears of War E-Day was going to look fucking garbage. I was proven wrong when they showed the gameplay, and I thought, holy fuck, this is actually doing a lot of things right. They're bringing in characters from the books and the comics. They didn't have the chainsaw bayonet on day one, and the humans are confused by literally not knowing what the locusts are. I'm, okay. And it was gory and bloody. Okay, cool. You're doing a lot right. The character designs, I agree. I agree. That looks kind of fucking whack to me. But I don't think it's worth the big fucking spurg out that's going on, okay? And don't forget that even dickheads like fucking the Grums was looking at Gears of War E-Day and going, fuck me, this actually looks good. And then he got butt-fucked in his comments because he spent years catering to retards that can't think for themselves, okay? But it's got this wild picture here. Let's poison Gears of War with a black dyke character. Oh, alright. To which, I don't know why I put my headphones back on, right? To which Cliffy B responds, you don't know if she's gay. She certainly looks tough regardless. By the way, let's go back to Vazkaz and aliens, shall we? Stop getting roped into these bullshit culture war people. The rage bait folks are the ones profiting over and stoking your anger. Never forget that. Huh. That's wild from Cliffy B. I mean, he's not wrong. He's definitely not wrong. But it's wild to see that from Cliffy B. Also, what do the Jews have to do with this? Who's the asshat that put that old character on the meme? Jeez. Also, the same crowd would be upset about Bernie just saying, and that is fucking spot on. This part is fucking 100%. 100 fucking percent true. And we saw this happen in real time. We saw a bunch of people come out and show pictures of Anya Stroud from Gears of War 3. Right, now I got a little side tangent on that. But a bunch of people came out and showed images. You know what? Maybe this will work better with visual aids. Visual aids. Oops. Anya Stroud. Gears of War 3. Alright, fuck it. Yeah, that will do. Okay, that first image is not from Gears 3, but here we go. You know, something like that. Let me just open it in a new tab. Alright. So we saw a bunch of people come out and show images of Anya Stroud going, look how the women used to look. Look how the women used to look. And then people would respond with a picture of Bernie, right? And they would all lose their shit. Going, look how fucking ugly that is, look how fucking retarded that is, blah, 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 blah. And you go, these are from the same fucking game. These are from the same fucking game. Sad. Pathetic. And then you get this dumb shit. There should be no female soldiers in Gears. Tell me you've never played the games without telling me you've never played the games. That's as stupid as saying there should be no female Marines in Halo. It's like there was from the fucking jump. It just completely mines the whole overall integrity of the game. Many real women would have joined the military, end up regretting it. This isn't real. This shit's about fucking monsters that live underground. And promote such behavior as asinine. Traditional gender roles exist for a reason. The agenda is obvious. Listen, I'm going to go full screen for this one. Listen to me very carefully here. Gears of War is not real. I'll say it again. Gears of War is not real. Cue the wrestling meme. It's real to me. Ah, for fuck's sakes. This is actually retarded. I'm fascinated. Fascinated by how can someone be so stupid, right? And the thing with Anya Stroud is, okay, I'm going to go a bit autistic here with talking Gears. She was never meant to be a soldier. Never meant to be. Anya's mother was a badass fucking soldier in the comics. She was what you would call a girl boss in today, right? But Anya was always supposed to be, what do they call it? The guy in the chair, the woman in the chair, whatever, right? Satellite, online, confirmed, you know, shit like that, right? Marcus, LZ clear, you know, shit like that, right? Her mum was a fucking badass, but she wasn't. She was supposed to be that. And Victor Hoffman was like a surrogate father to her. And she secretly wished that Victor was her real father. She never knew her real father. And one of the reasons why Victor Hoffman is so brutal on Marcus Phoenix is before the events of Gears of War 1. Through some fault of his, some fault of hers, some fault of the fact there's a genocidal alien or underground monsters, he kind of broke her heart. So Victor Hoffman's a bit harsh on Marcus Phoenix for that. Right? But she was never meant... See, I'm going on a fucking tangent here. She was never meant to be a soldier. The whole point of her putting on the armor is it tells you at the start of Gears of War 3, the game opens by saying, it's Joe over. Humanity is like 95% wiped out. There is no fucking structured governments anymore. There is no cog army anymore. It's all hands on deck. There is nothing fucking left. And that's why she has to put on the armor. These people have no idea what they're fucking talking about. And that shits me so much, man. That shits me so much. I don't care if you're like, what do you call it? A casual fan. You go, oh, I just like the game, you know, fucking chainsaw goes, brrr. You go, yeah, cool, whatever, man. Come play, that's cool. But when you start getting fucking takes like this, it's, dude, just shut the fuck up. Like, mods, take him out the back, 100 lashes. Sad and pathetic, right? They just don't know what the fuck they're yapping about. They're just saying shit for the sake of saying shit. And again, I don't think this character looks that fucking good. But if the game's good, if it respects the lore, I can put up with a shit looking character. I don't care, like, I understand being concerned with just the way everything's gone for however fucking long. You look at Gears E-Day, you go, oh shit, there's a tranny in charge. Ooh, red flag. Fair enough. But the argument was always, I don't care who makes the game, movie, comic, TV show, fucking whatever, writes the book, as long as they do right by the source material. And I'm looking at Gears of War E-Day going, They don't have the Lancer chainsaw bayonets. They don't know what the Locusts are. There's corpses running through the city. Everything seems to be... They're bringing in characters from comic books. Everything seems to be on fucking point here. I don't care that it was made by a tranny. And honestly, I think that tranny has more fucking testosterone than Cliffy B at the moment. I think the image is funny, mostly because of it's blazing gears with the black doit character always like... Fuck off. I get spam emails. I used DoorDash once, like fucking 3 years ago, now I get spam emails. In my defense, I was sick. I was really fucking sick. They don't know what they're upset about. It's just one retarded take after another. And the fact that we're getting fucking Cliffy B having a bit of a redemption arc is fucking insane to me here, man. Bizarro. I can't even remember what the fuck I was ranting about, man. I'm all over the place with this shit. Oh, that's what I was going to say in regards to the tranny person in charge. Small little niche game. You guys probably haven't heard of it because you're stupid. It's called Space Marine 2. Space Marine 2 is, I would argue, one of the best games in recent years. And my fucking god, is it gory. Oh. Written by a tranny. Yeah, dwell on that. And remember, it gets even better because leading up to Space Marine, it was like, you had all the fucking usual retards like John Delarode's going, this game's gonna be woke as fuck. And the game comes out and they're like, oh wow. It's really like one of the least woke things in a while. Quickly change up. Sad. Pathetic. Oh man. First we saw it with Yorch Files, becoming a new favourite segment of mine on Gronkin. And now Cliffy B's making a bit of a fucking redemption arc, man. Craziness. Ay. Alright, let me just flick that bitch over. Yeah, that's right, chat. I did stream prep. I made fucking PDF documents. Speaking of which, let's go over to this one. Sorry, let me just get all my shit together. One-man show, by the way, chat. One-man show. I do it all myself. Built different. Ay. Okay. Oh, what the fuck? The website's broken. Why is it broken? Maybe... Sorry, guys. One moment. Shit. The website that I was sourcing from is broken. Let me... Alright, this will do. This one will do. Oops. Got too many fucking tabs. Ay. Alright, there we go. That's on me. Too many tabs. Dead Space co-creator Glenn Schofield retired. Interesting story behind this guy, right? But when you look at the images of him, you go, this is what he used to look like. And when you see what he looks like now, oh, let's go 2026. Oops. That's him now. Huh. Oh my. That's wild, isn't it? All right, anyway. So, Schofield had a long... I apologize, I haven't read through this one in advance because the other source I was using, their website is currently down. So I apologize for that. So I'm going to have to kind of do this one a little bit on the spot. But I got my other part here good to go. So Schofield has a long tenure as manager of Dead Space maker at Visceral Games as well as the Call of Duty developer Sledgehammer Games. Ugh. Isn't it funny how like Sledgehammer Games is probably the best COD studio at the moment, where if you said that like 10 years ago, you'd probably be like fucking hit with a chair. Now, announced via LinkedIn yesterday, Schofield said in a video that after 35 years of making games and directing them, he's officially retiring from day-to-day work. It's been such an amazing career, and I have so many people to thank for it, but I can't possibly do it all here. To my close friends and family and people who've stood by me and patted me on the back, listened to my crazy ideas, thank you so very much. Okay, so he's earned credits as co-creator on Dead Space, as well as Modern Warfare 3, the good one, and then Advanced Warfare, the one with Kevin Spacey, and World War 2, the one that went to Game Pass and got fucking hacked. That part's not his fault. That last part's not his fault, right? Now, Schofield parted ways with the Striking Distance team in 2023, a month after a layoff round of over 30 people. According to his LinkedIn profile, his most recent credit is director and game advisor on Pinstripe Games for almost 3 years. Now, the other part here is, I skipped this part here, okay? 2019, he founded Striking Distance Studios behind the Dead Space-inspired Callisto Protocol, which didn't do so well, okay? There was a fair bit of drama involving that game, right? Fair bit of fucking drama. Let's go through it. Let's go through some of the drama that happened with him. Okay, so Crafton financed the studio of a roughly 200-person team, new technology, publishing infrastructure, developing and marketing. Okay, cool. We ball. The spending became concerning enough that Striking Distance was reportedly audited twice. We are getting into mind's eye level shit here. Build a rocket boy. The project began as part of Crafton's plan to expand PUBG, but ultimately became Schofield's standalone spiritual successor to Dead Space. He publicly celebrated extreme working hours before apologizing. The game launched poorly on PC and disappointed against Crafton's original expectations. It flopped. Employees were laid off. Schofield and other senior leaders departed soon afterward. Schofield later suggested that the game had recovered financially despite acknowledging he did not have the official sales figures. Crafton was not an innocent bystander. It approved the spending, allowing the project to expand, and reportedly forced the December 2022 release after previously suggesting more time would be available. Something to keep in mind there. And then we got this. Then we got a bit of a timeline. You guys love timelines, right? 2019. Crafton formed Striking Distance under Schofield to build a narrative project connected to PUBG. 2020-2021. Studio grows rapidly. COVID, hardware shortages, and major staff turnover complicate the whole process. January of 2022. According to Schofield, Crafton insists on a December release despite earlier indications that extra time would be available. May of the same year. Callisto is confirmed as a standalone property rather than being part of PUBG. September of the same year. Schofield posts about 12 to 15 hour days, 6 or 7 days a week. He then deletes the post and apologizes. And this was roughly around the time when the whole crunch culture was starting to, that bubble was starting to burst. And then we're in August, sorry, I've jumped a little bit. In December of that year, the game launches with major PC performance problems and a mixed reception. If only they used that extra time though, right? And then in August of 2023, Striking Distance lays off 32 employees. September, Schofield, the COO and CFO voluntarily leave the studio. And then from 2024 to 2025, he emphasizes Crafton's deadline, says he should have refused to ship and later argues the game may have sold enough copies to recover. So the whole fuck up is kind of on him for not accepting the behavior, right? And then it goes on to talk about, you know, how he may have pulled some bullshit with some funding. Yeah, pretty wild shit. But, you know, despite all that, you can't knock what he's done. He's done a lot of work. He's been responsible for a lot of good work as well. But there is some dodgy shit going on there, man. There's some dodgy shit going on there. All right, let me catch up on chat. While I'm doing that, we're gonna put the sound disc on. Ooh, yeah. pop out chat. Guys, I'm not seeing 500 kick subs. What's going on here? Okay. What am I up to? Well, Vasquez in Aliens was pretty hot. Did you also find her hot in Terminator 2? As Sarah Connor's adopted mother? Fake grifters from both sides of the aisle invade gaming space. It's fucking so frustrating. So frustrating, man. Really is. Lambent Sea was like the flood of Gears of War world. Yeah, pretty much. It was the third faction. Just remember L Dog. Oh, is that me? Am I big L Dog? I'm the L Dog. Just remember L Dog. We got guys using our hobby as a stepping stone for political grift. Well, and we all know how that ends. Oh. Maybe the campaign might not be worth my time. Yeah, but you're raped. They're still harping on the character design. Oh, hello, Mara. Yeah. Cries in DoorDash Taco Bell. The juice got him. Oi, mate! Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 are now hacked on PlayStation. They were hacked day one, my G. Crafton, the name sounds familiar. PUBG. Saltosaurus Rex! Get the mohawk and you'll get more spore. I need to grow the hair out more. She played John's mother in T2. Yeah, dude. Let me get it for you. Terminator 2. John Connor's stepmom. Sounds like a fucking porn fucking... Typing in stepmom, you gotta be careful when you're doing that. And then I'll also type in aliens. Oh shit, no one. Aliens. Yeah. Here you go. Open in new tab. Same actress. Same actress. It blew my mind. I'm like, wait. Is she actually white? What the fuck? I feel like I'm owed my sperm back. Oh, shit. Oh, man. It's the same actress. That's wild, isn't it? That fucked my whole shit up. I found out years ago, and I was like, whoa. I didn't believe it at first. How crazy is that? It's like, who remembers when they found out that Alucard is Dracula spelt backwards? I remember being told that, and I'm like, no, it's fucking not. D-R... Oh my god, it is! Lethal's gone to special camp. Saltosaurus Rex. The time has come for you to get on my body. D-Day, how we doing? How we doing? Good to see you, good to see you. I was a kid and my head blew up. Yeah, it fucked with me when I found out. Pretty sure I got like pen and paper and started writing it, or I'll do it on my phone or something. Hispanics can have white skin too. Mods, take him out the back. 100 lashes. Stop trying to ruin my erection. Oh, shit. She got blown up on the driving board. On the diving board in Lethal Weapon 2. It's crazy, isn't it? Alrighty. Let me go back to this. Let me get my shit together here. All right. Sorry, chat. One man show. One man show. Do it all myself. Okay, let's go over here. Shut up your face. I want to talk a little bit about Evil Dead Burn. I am an Evil Dead fanatic. I'm one of those fucking weirdos. We all know one. We all know one. Well, it's me. I do not think there's been a bad Evil Dead movie. And I think they kept it going with Evil Dead Burn. I will admit, leading into this one, I was a bit skeptical. I was definitely curious, but I was a bit skeptical because I'm like, is it just me or is it not really being promoted? This movie's pretty fucking brutal. It's violent as fuck. It's violent as fuck, man. Now, I'm not going to spoil anything here because I know there's some people in the chat that do want to see it, right? I laughed quite a lot in Evil Dead Burn. Evil Dead's always had a bit of comedy. And I'm not saying this one had much comedy, but I laughed. I was laughing at just how over the top violent it was. There is some... Okay, I gotta spoil one moment. I gotta spoil one fucking moment just to give you an idea of what it's like, right? So spoilers, 3, 2, 1. Pretty much it's all about one family, right? And it just turns into Evil Dead. Okay? So when the dad becomes possessed and he's staring at them menacingly and aura farming, he pulls out a gun and shoots himself in the head to show that, hey, you know, I'm a demon now. Puts the gun in his mouth, shoots himself in the mouth, and just stares at him while doing it. That is fucking so good, man. So good. Nah, fuck it. We're going spoilers. We are going spoilers, right? There is a wild scene. There is a wild scene in a car, man, where this one chick gets her fucking head caved in by a car in the car, right? She tries to get out of the car because the demon's in the car attacking her. She tries to get out of the car. As she gets out of the car, the demon closes the door and cuts off her fingers on the door and then rips off the fucking heads, what do you call it? Where you put this part here on the seat, here. Rips that off the seat and smashes it through her fucking head, man. And she's got black eye. It's so good. It's so good. And before that, this is the first time. This is the first Evil Dead movie. Headrest, thank you. This is the first Evil Dead movie to give us demon dogs. To give us a demon dog, right? The dad is turning into a demon at a family dinner, and it's like hilarious because it's like some awkward family dinner, and he's possessed, and he's just saying wild shit to them, right, man? And the dog comes up to him, starts licking him, and he grabs the fork and just stabs the almighty fucking Christ out of the dog. It's so funny. It's funny because how over the top it is. You know, like when you're watching Evil Dead 2 and you just start pissing yourself laughing about how much blood is being covered over his face? It's like that, right? Where this movie falls off is it has the weakest final kill in the series. The weakest final kill in the series, right? Dog abuse is funny when it's over the top and ridiculous. Or in Call of Duty. Right? Oh, but it's okay if it happens to a moose head. I guess that's already dead. It has the weakest final kill in the series. However, this movie, it more so sets up what I think they're trying to do with the whole Evil Dead franchise. And I am intrigued. I have concerns, but I am intrigued. I don't want to spoil that part because there's like, okay, that needs to be seen, right? Because again, I know there's a lot of people that are interested in this movie. We got a very horror film fan chat here going on at the moment. So I figured what could be fun is I'm going to give you an updated ranking. But before that, we're going to do this. We're going to do this one. So you hated it. I love it.
Wow, I put on the bison hat and called Domino's, trying to own my detractors. I was gonna order 6 million pizzas, cash on delivery, and they said they didn't have enough ovens. Guess that Holocaust too much for a DSP tries it. See kill!
Wow.
Praise our boy Imagine Jew Lethal Lightning.
Oh, she sounds okay. That she really liked that one. She really. We're gonna do that one more time, but that DSP one was fucking nuts. Yeesh.
Praise our boy Imagine Jew Lethal Lightning.
That's a fucking crazy sentence. Thank you very much for the spore, boys and girls. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Ay. Okay, so updated ranking for the movies. I want to start by saying, as far as I'm concerned, there are no bad Evil Dead. Alright? I think Evil Dead is the most consistent horror franchise ever made. But there has to be a worst one. And the worst one, which is still pretty good, is Evil Dead Rise. Now, Evil Dead Rise has maybe the second best Deadite in the entire franchise, the mother. It's such a creepy concept of the mum being the Deadite, and she's all like, let me in, sweetheart. Mummy wants to take care of you. You know, all that type of shit. That shit is spooky as fuck, man. And before where I said Evil Dead Burn has the weakest final kill, this has one of the greatest final kills, man. She gets her shit fucked up. Oh, man, I kind of want to rewatch this one after watching Burn, right? Evil Dead Rise, it kind of proved that you can take the Evil Dead concept and you don't have to continuously rehash the same concepts of has to be in a cabin in the woods and isolated and all that type of stuff. This one was in an apartment building. This was a good movie. I think this movie copped a little bit too much shit when it came out. But it holds up. There's yet to be a bad Evil Dead movie, but this is just the weakest one. Next up, again, no bad Evil Dead, but next up I'm going to put Evil Dead Burn. Evil Dead Burn also has a weak final girl. Weak's a bit harsh. Weaker final girl. This has some of the best fucking gore. It's amazing. And what I loved about this is some of the shit that the Deadites say. You know how like in every Evil Dead movie they just constantly say wild shit and very provocative things, you know, to make you freak out? This might be the best movie for doing that. So, spoiler alert. The movie, the main chick, her husband was a bit of a piece of shit. Everyone in this movie is a piece of shit. Okay? Right? Everyone here sucks. Is Raimi producing these? Raimi and Campbell did both of these. Right? Her husband was like abusive to her. And when everyone starts to become a Deadite, they're all like, oh, but we all know you fucking liked it. It's like, oh, that's raw, dude. It's like they just say the craziest shit to each other, man. And she gets a pen lodged into her fucking ear, man. And the part where she pulls it out, it's like, oh, that would have hurt so much. It's good. It's good. It's a good movie. Again, I think Evil Dead is the most consistent horror franchise, but there has to be a weakest one, okay? So those are the two weakest ones. Now, this is where we get controversial. I want to reiterate, I don't think there's any bad Evil Deads. But the third from the bottom is going to be Army of Darkness. I know, I'm about to get crucified for this one. I'm about to get crucified. Hear me out. Hear me out. Army of Darkness is probably the Evil Dead movie that made Evil Dead mainstream-ish, right? To a certain level, every Evil Dead movie has aspects of comedy in them. Army of Darkness is the only Evil Dead movie that I will say is just straight up not a horror movie. It's a dark comedy. But my God, it's the fun. It's the most fun. Actually, I would say it's the second most fun. There's one that I would say is the most fun above it. But I have certain tastes. This is the Evil Dead movie that you can just show anyone, right? I watched this movie. Well, I watched the original 3 when I was a kid. But I remember, like, Evil Dead Army of Darkness is like the one that when you were a kid, you'd outside and you would play. You'd be like, oh, you know, maybe because Lord of the Rings was a thing at the time. You're like, you know, fucking fighting armies of darkness, you know, fighting skeleton armies and shit. It's a comedy fantasy. I would call it a dark comedy, right? It gave us some good Deadites. It just said, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just lean into the comedy. And on paper, that shouldn't work, but it does. And it works because Ash Williams, Bruce Campbell, right? Great movie. Great movie. But for me, Evil Dead, I love the violence in Evil Dead because it's just so fucking insanely good, right? Now, next up on the list, I'm going to go Ash vs. Evil Dead, the TV show. Season 1 is perfect. Perfect. This, I actually think, is Bruce Campbell at his best for Ash Williams. I think the best Ash Williams work is in Ash vs. Evil Dead, especially Season 1. He's got his Mexican sidekick. He's got his baddie sidekick. He's being hunted by Lucy Lawless, who's got, like, her tits pushed up throughout the whole season. The whole show, really. Where this show falls off is Season 3, because they did not know about the show being cancelled, and they were kind of pussy farting, queefing around it, right? There's so much good in this. So much. In fact, if there was one thing on this list that I would say I'm going to rewatch right now, it would be Ash vs. Evil Dead. I really hope that that animated show comes out so we can get a proper conclusion to it, because Bruce Campbell said time and time again that he's just too fucking old to keep doing the character, but he can do voice work, right? I love how what's in the car trunk is actually what Sam Raimi had in his car trunk. Yeah, it's actually Sam. Yeah, that is cool. Also, I reckon 3 has the best poster and cover art back in the day, and that video store, it really stood out. Second best for me. If I'm going to say best cover art, it's Evil Dead 2. Best cover art, but that's just me. Now, we have reached the top 3. Top 3 Evil Deads. At third place, Evil Dead 2013. My fucking God. This movie was criminally underrated when it came out, man. Before, when I was talking about the gore and the violence of Evil Dead, this is by far the most violent one and the goriest one. This was just, like, disgusting. Like, Evil Dead 1 and Evil Dead 2 and even, like, Burn, you can kind of laugh at the violence because it's so over the top. Whereas this one was just raw violence, man. Like, this was just nasty shit. This was like, you are in a fucking cabin by demons. It was fucking so good, man. This movie copped way too much shit when it came out. Way too much. But it was facing an uphill battle. It was like, wait, you're doing it? Because this was the first time they did an Evil Dead without Bruce Campbell. So you're facing an incredible uphill battle. But they pulled it off, man. And they brought back the tree scene. Before, when I said that Evil Dead Burn has the weakest final kill in the series, this one probably has the best final kill in the series. Oh, it's so gory, man. I love it. I love it. And I love the fact that the whole thing is about a junkie. Let me elaborate on this one, right? They take their junkie friend into the cabin in the woods so their junkie friend can be away from drugs and sober up. And the junkie friend is the first one to see demons and starts going fucking crazy, blah, 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 blah. They're trying to kill us. There's something fucking evil going on in this place. And they're all like, Nah, this bitch is just bugging out, man. This bitch is just bugging the fuck out. Nope, she's seeing it. She's all seeing it. It's happening right there. But no one believes her because she's a chunky. The only thing I didn't like about 2013 was what happened to the dog. Oh, you're gonna hate the new one then. As far as the violence goes and the horror goes, Evil Dead 2013 is number one. There's only two movies that I would say are just straight up pure horror, and that's Evil Dead 1 and 2013. But now, the final two. Ooh. Oh. This is tough. Honestly, I'm going to cop out. I don't think... I think they're equal. I think they're equal. I'll start with Evil Dead. Let me just remove that. Evil Dead 1. I'll start with Evil Dead 1, right? Fuck, where do I begin? Evil Dead 1 is one of the cheapest movies you'll ever see in your life. And there's just something about the Deadites that look... Here, let me give you an example. Evil Dead... Deadite. Evil Dead 1 Deadites. Here. There's just something about the way the Deadites look in Evil Dead 1. It's because it's so cheap and kind of so shit that it just looks fucking terrifying. It's so cheap, but my god. Look at that. Like, that is like... Close your eyes and think of Evil Dead. For me, the first thing that comes into my mind is that image of her in the cellar banging on it. That's good makeup effects, but it's kind of shit at the same time. And it just makes it look so fucking creepy, man. Oh, I love it. Where's his girlfriend? Okay, that's Evil Dead 2. Maybe it's not his girlfriend, but one of the girls, where it's just like shitty splashes of makeup on her face. So fucking good, man. Evil Dead and Evil Dead 2013 are the only two that are just pure horror. Okay? With tiny little aspects of comedy, but in Evil Dead 1, the comedy is just because of how silly it looks, right? Oh, it's so fucking good, Evil Dead 1. You know, Evil Dead 1's probably the movie that has the most aura as well. It gave us the tree scene. The headless dance. The fucking headless dance. Oh. Oh, ho, ho. That is peak. That is peak right there. And again, because it's old and because it looks shit, it kind of looks scarier as well. But as far as the most iconic scenes, it's Evil Dead 2. I can't... To me, these two are just interchangeable. Interchangeable. Evil Dead 2 is the one that just, like, did... Evil Dead 2 is what made Evil Dead. So many moments, man. Him cutting off his hand, and his hand crawling around, flipping him off. When he's got his girlfriend, who's been possessed, when he's got his girlfriend's head in the vice... And he's going to chainsaw her, and then she turns back to normal, and she's like, please help me, I love you. And then turns back into the demon, going, she burns in hell. Henrietta. Henrietta is the best Deadite in the whole fucking franchise from Evil Dead 2. Henrietta is the best Deadite. It's just so fucking good, isn't it, man? There's so much to love about Evil Dead 2. The laughing scene... the laughing scene when the deer turns alive and starts laughing, and then the chair and the lamp and everything just starts laughing at him, and he's laughing as well and he's dancing with them and shit like that. Evil Dead 2 is also probably the most funniest one, but in some ways one of the more freakier ones as well. The whole Dead by Dawn, everyone going crazy, Dead by Dawn, Dead by Dawn, Dead by Dawn. I think Evil Dead 2 is probably the one I've watched the most times. Yeah, these two are just completely interchangeable for me. I can swap them in whatever mood I'm in at any given time. Oh, man. So at the bottom, Evil Dead Rise, then Evil Dead Burn, then Army of Darkness, then Ash vs. Evil Dead, then 2013, and then the original 2. But I will say again, there has never been a bad Evil Dead. Even Evil Dead Rise is good. There's no bad Evil Dead. Evil Dead is the most consistent horror franchise so far. So fucking far, at least. Alright, bubbly, 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 bum. Sad. Pathetic. Where are we at? Let me catch up on the charts. The Ents are horny. Oh. I should watch the rest of the Evil Dead franchise. Only saw one all the way through and tried to keep up that way because all the comedy that was put into the rest of the series. Love beginning of... What? Love beginning of Resident Evil 4? What? Mods, take him out of the bag. He's not making sense. 100 lashes till he can... Yeah, his girlfriend has the worst makeup. I wish I could fucking find... Maybe I just type in his girlfriend. Evil Dead 1 girlfriend. Evil Dead 1. Oh, imagine if they can fucking spell evil. It's only 4 fucking letters. Girlfriend. There it is. It's so cheap. Even for back then. Even for back then, man. It was so cheap and it looks so fucking creepy, man. Oh. Oh. I might be a little too into Evil Dead. I'll try to watch all of them. Do it right now. Evil Dead 1's your favorite? Yeah, I see why. Like, I mean, to me, these two are just so interchangeable. Evil Dead 2, but Ash is a Chad. He's... The thing about Ash Williams is he's like incredibly super badass and he's also fucking retarded. Like Ash vs. Evil Dead literally starts because he got high and drunk with a woman and read the fucking book to her. And he wakes up in the morning and he's like, fuck! I've just unleashed demons on the world. All because I was trying to get laid. Oh, shit. Evil Dead 2 has the best mix of comedy and horror. I agree with that. On one hand, you can piss yourself laughing, but on the other hand, you go, holy fuck, this is violent. As far as violence go, 2013. 2013 clears. The ending. Evil Dead 2013 ending. This is such a fucking good shot. This is like the... Whoa. She rips off her own hand to do it as well. That was good shit. I genuinely think 2013 got way too much hate. Over time, people have been like, actually, this is fucking hardcore. But like I said, it was facing an uphill battle from day one. You go, it's the first time you're doing Evil Dead without Bruce Campbell. People are gonna fucking hate it. And then we saw it and went, it's really fucking violent. Oh, let me get the TTS back on for you, Big G.
We're building churches in Snowtown, bish.
I encourage everyone to watch a movie called Snowtown. Thank you very much. I might not be remembering right, but I think they had plans for a Freddy vs. Ash movie. Yes, around the Freddy vs. Jason time, but it couldn't work out. Oh, man. Not only was it was going to be... The Freddy vs. Jason movie had, like... It's one of those movies that had, like, a million different fucking scripts. And some of them were actually kind of interesting. There was going to be Ash vs. Freddy vs. Jason, which is a comic book. There's an interview with Bruce Campbell where he talks about it. So who knows if he's really just playing it up. But he says that he got called up by... Who was doing it? I think it was New Line Cinema. And they're like, yeah, we want to do Ash vs. Freddy vs. Jason. And he's like, yeah, Ash is going to win. And then they hung up on him. I think the more interesting idea was... It was going to be Freddy vs. Jason. And it was going to end with chains coming up from the ground, and they both get pulled into hell, and Hellraiser Pinhead steps forward and goes, gentlemen, what's the problem here? That's the one that intrigues me the most. Now, you want to talk about inconsistent horror franchises, Hellraiser. You got like 2 movies that are so fucking good that it clears and carries like the remaining 10. Oh, fuck me, man. But the 2022... Was it 2022? The 2023 Hellraiser? You know what I mean? Like, I felt it looked too produced as well. I don't know if too clean is the correct term, but it looked too produced. I know there was a bit of drama about the chick playing Pinhead, but the thing is like, in the original... Oh, shit, yeah, these headphones are broken, by the way. In the original source material, Pinhead, 1, isn't the main character. He's kind of just sort of there. He's just probably got the most intriguing design. And it's not really a him or a her. It's a fucking demon that's like... You know, because it's like a demon. So demons don't do... It's hard to explain. It's like described as kind of being like androgynous. And I think they say it's got like more of a low feminine voice. But it just says really fucked up shit. The whole thing is supposed to be there is no gender in fucking like why would these things have gender in the first place? Look at them, you know, that's kind of the point, which makes sense. And then for the movie, it was really because Bradley Cooper was so fucking good. It's because him as an actor in that role was just so fucking good. They're like, yeah, that's Pinhead now. We will tear your soul apart, you know, that type of shit. But in regards to 2022, I think it copped a little bit too much shit for that, which... I mean, technically, it's more accurate. A True would actually be more horrifying. True! Yes. Oh, shit. Oops, sorry. Almost clicked on wrong button there. Their genders weren't supposed to matter. It was, yeah, they weren't supposed to matter. It was kind of supposed to be like they're beyond, you know? They're not fucking humans. They're not, you know, it's hell. Why would demons, you know, that type of shit. I don't know, like, it just looked... I think my biggest problem with it was it just looked... The human characters were shit. But it just looked way too... I want to say produced. Hellraiser movies have never had much budget. So they've always looked kind of grimy. But the big thing about those movies is, like... The extreme vast majority of them are outright fucking terrible. Because there's a whole bunch of them that weren't even supposed to be Hellraiser movies. They were just... The studio at the last minute was put Pinhead in it. Because if we don't make a Hellraiser movie in X amount of time, we lose the rights. So go, oh, we have some just mid-tier movie that's meant to be played at fucking 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Put Pinhead in it. Oh, okay. Hellraiser 1, Hellraiser 2 are both fantastic. I'll argue Hellraiser 3 is good, but most people would disagree. What are we up to? Thank you, Salty, for the tour, you fucking schizo. Looking forward to 2013 Evil Dead. Reminds me of Friday 13th remake a few years before that wasn't liked much, but I thought it was good. Okay, so the thing about the... What was that, 2009? The 2009 Friday the 13th was... Now, you can either see this as a good thing or as a bad thing. The whole movie was a highlight reel. They were like, oh, the kills in this movie is kind of kills he's already done in different movies. So it was sort of like a highlight reel. I love the start of that movie, though. I actually thought the My Bloody Valentine remake, which came out around the same time, was better. Lethal Stars and John Wick. Yeah, I heard about the Hellraiser tie, and that would have been very interesting to follow up with. Yeah, originally, here's another fun fact for you. There was supposed to be a Hellraiser cross Halloween movie. Michael Myers and Pinhead. And the idea was it was going to be Clive Barker and John Carpenter. And the reason it got rejected was because those two guys are extremely anti-studios. I mean, anyone that knows anything about John Carpenter can tell you that. They are extremely anti-studios, and the point of their movie was they were going to make a movie that was going to just kill off permanently both Michael and Pinhead. And they're like, we're not going to do that because we need these characters that you created so we can milk them for money in the future, big dog. Okay? So we're going to hit you with a flat note. Mozza needs to watch the Hellraiser movies. A fucking junkie best Pinhead. Yeah. Gender wasn't supposed to matter, and yes, yep, okay, I've read these parts. Hellraiser 1 is a movie that legitimately makes me feel ill watching it. The other thing about Hellraiser 1 is, for its time, it was so fucking taboo to talk about those types of topics. I mean, now you open Twitter and it's fucking in your face, right? But back then, those types of topics were so taboo, and I felt that on top of, well, the actual source material as well, but on top of the way it was filmed and how cheap it is, it's dirty. It's very dirty. Kind of similar to Evil Dead 1, where you look at it and you go, this is so fucking cheap, but it kind of makes it freakier. But I don't think it makes... I think dirty is the word I would use to describe that for Hellraiser 1. You go, this is... Oh, I feel like I shouldn't be watching this, you know? It's like the first time you watch a snuff film, you're like, oh gosh, I hope no one walks in. Hellraiser 2 is pretty good as well. But Hellraiser 1, you're like... I know what you mean, you're like... This is kind of disgusting. Overproduced can be a problem. Need grit to really sell the horror. Let me show you. See if I can show you what I mean. Hellraiser 20. Was it 2020 to 2022? Okay. Alright, I think I got a good example here. So I've had to zoom in a shit ton, which has ruined the resolution. This almost looks too good. Like, yeah, you know, it looks good, but it almost looks too good. You know, like, can we throw some fucking dirt on the camera lens or something? Like, you know what I mean? This looks a little too clean. Oops. It just looks a little too fucking clean. Fuck off. Maybe I'm nitpicking a little bit, but Hellraiser 3 is the last decent one. Yeah, I don't mind Hellraiser 3. A lot of people fucking hate it. My Bloody Valentine remake was definitely better than the original. I agree. And they killed Michael anyway. Yeah. Would have been cool if they did it with Pinhead though. Yeah. Alright. Well. There you go, eh? Alright, well, boys and girls. That's everything on my document list today that I was going to yak about. In summary, I do think Evil Dead Burn is worth watching. I think all Evil Dead movies are worth watching. There's yet to be a bad Evil Dead. And this is timed perfectly. Perfectly. Because it's, yeah. Alright, thank you very much, everybody. Appreciate you all. What do we got coming up? Gronkin tomorrow morning. My tomorrow morning. And we'll go from there. So thank you very much, everybody. No Ghost in the Shell episode 2 discussion. It was good. I enjoyed it. There you go. It's still relatively manga accurate. I think a lot of people aren't going to like it because it's manga accurate and they prefer the 1995 version. And I think it's a similar situation with Berserk, where people watch the 90s Berserk and then go, holy fuck, this is awesome, and then go and read the manga and then go, wait a minute, Guts hangs out with fairies and there's a little girl that's like stronger than him and knows magic, what the fuck is this? And you go, yeah, that's the actual story, G. Alright, motherfuckers, on that note, thank you very much. Have a fantastic day, night, evening, whatever it is. 2 on the stink, 1 on the pink, big dicks in all your ass.